What is up, guys? Northside here. Welcome to my channel. Okay, guys, I decided to make this video. I know I'm a little late with it. I said Monday sometimes, so it's around 10 p.m. So I decided to record this. As I put it in the title, I'm gonna try to save you some time in aggro, and I'm gonna explain to you how to get enhanced resonator, and the entire process. From you can see behind is a Rune Master Sinye, and we're going to be talking about runic encounters, which is already connected to Master Expedition, and eventually how to restore gear from those runic encounters. And those runic encounters are going to be a big part of the game, since the Mad Mage dungeon, I think they said it's not going to be available. And I'm gonna kind of put my thoughts, share with you what I think, or is it even worth doing it, as I put it on the thumbnail. So we're gonna start here. We are in a yawning portal. Eventually, when you go to the yawning portal, when you process to the introduction quests, eventually you will get the quest from, this is a Rune Master Sinye. Now I purposely, for the purpose of the video, actually, so it doesn't take long, I skipped those first two phases, but I will tell you that she will give you a quest to restore an artifact and acquire runic resonances. Okay, now she will give you an unrestored artifact, and she will give you a quest to acquire runic resonances. Those resonances drop from runic encounters, and we will go there. We will go there in a minute. Basically, when you do that, it's going to be pretty easy. You will enter, you will hit some mobs. I already showed you this. And when you restore that artifact, you will gain. Let me show you. It's called Runic Resonator. Okay. Now I already have an enhanced one, but I will get to that. With that Runic Resonator, you will be able to. She will give you the quest to obtain five runic etchings. Now all of these things you're getting from her are acquired through Master Expeditions. Now I already made a video about it. We will enter the expedition later after we check the runic encounters, and it is limited 3 times a day. And of course runic etchings, which is a prerequisite to get enhanced Runic Resonator, so you can actually acquire the unrestored gear, which I will show you soon. You were going to have to get five runic etchings. Now let me show you. You're gonna have to acquire a rune etched orb. Is it gonna be dark, pulsing one, swirling one, or glowing one? It doesn't matter. Okay, as long as you have 5 of them, you're gonna pay 1 silver. Okay. The energy sealer is used for restoring the gear. It costs 100,000 AD, so there is that. Now I'm going to tell you that I put a lot of effort in this, so try to keep up and bear with me. As you can see, I already did this quest, so I can show you the shorter version of the video, but I'm going to give you some advices and tips because a lot of people are kind of confused about this entire process. When you get the quest to acquire five of these rune etchings, I will tell you that you get them at the end of the expedition if you attune the crystals. I will show you also how to do that, even though I showed you before with some runs and whatnot. So basically you can do it 3 times a day, but however you can invite 5, you can make a party with your friends, and as long as somebody has a Master Expedition quest, only one person needs to use it, and then you will in the Master Expedition, and as long as you guys have enough resonances, you will be able to attune the crystal and have a chance for rune etching. Now I'm going to tell you that it's random, so it took me a while to get 5 of dark ones, for example. It was always like either green and then blue and then again green, then I get the glowing one, the brown one. I'm just calling them by colors. So let's go. And I will show you how to get past first quest. We're gonna just go to any map. So we're gonna go to the lava fields. Let's see if I can get this correctly. So it does look complicated maybe, but it's pretty simple, and it's a big part of the game. Okay, it's on the other side, so I will just go to Shadowhold. So all of the maps. There are 3 counters spawning every 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes actually, 4 minutes 30 seconds I think. And the best tactic that you can just pick up the map, the map that doesn't have so many uneven terrain or not so many aggressive mobs. Doesn't matter for me. I'm just gonna go and do this in Valtagar's Forge. Now, if you wanna farm specific resonances, you have to find a matching encounter, you know. But eventually, when you get past that 5 dark etching or blue etching, get 5 pieces, you will get here. I will show you. Let me just see how long this one is gonna take. Just a sec. Okay, only 57 seconds. Let's kill some stuff really quick, and it's even better. Okay, so you can see that the gear is dropping on the ground. So I'm just gonna pick it up. I already have gear ready for you guys, so don't worry, I will show you. This is how you just enter the encounter and kill the mobs. They're gonna start dropping. You can see the resonances is dropping blue, and it's dropping blue because it's the blue encounter. It's a runic corruption blue, but you will be stunned. You will be immobilized. It's gonna be a little messy eventually, and the drop rate is not that good, you know. But as you can see on the ground, the unrestored gear is dropping. It's called Apprentice Rune gear, and basically I'm going to show you now when this encounter is done. You can see that resonances on the right side of the screen, lower right side of my screen, that are dropping actually are. You can get any color from any encounter if they don't change anything by the launch tomorrow. So you see this one is finished, and here I'm going to show you how gear is dropping in my inventory. So it's called Apprentice Ruined breastplate or gauntlets or whatnot. This gear is item level 975, which is kind of weird because if you look, it's 690, but it's 965. We will compare the gear later, but let me open the map for you now. You can see the green encounter just spawned. So what you need to do is just either go to the portal and just port to the closest entrance, or just drive there, you know. Now we won't be doing that, but as you can see, open the map. This is a green encounter. It's gonna drop mostly resonances according to the color. Okay, so it's gonna drop mostly empowered ones, and you're gonna need all these resonances to attune the crystals in the Master Expedition and both to restore the gear. So I'm actually glad that was a short encounter, so we're just gonna drive back to the Yawning Portal since I don't have a VIP here on preview, and I'm gonna show you why is this all important. Basically, runic encounters, as I said, spawning all over the map. You can camp on one map and just go from one encounter to another. Eventually you're gonna get a hang of it, and you will remember where they spawn and whatnot. Okay, sorry about this, I got attacked. There we go. Also, mind you, you will be scaled down when you enter the runic encounters, unfortunately, you know. So these stats you're seeing here, these fucking monster stats, you're not gonna have that. You're gonna be scaled down accordingly to the map. In this case, it's 76. Okay, so we're just gonna jump back to the Yawning Portal, and we're gonna discuss for what you can use these resonances. Okay, as I said, if you get past the first 2 quests. And I'm going to show you how to do it in the expedition now. You're going to get this enhanced Runic Resonator. Here we go. And only with the enhanced Runic Resonator you can actually gain this unrestored gear. Now I made a video about restoring this gear. Is it worth it or not? I'm going to just cover it again. But we will do that after we exit the expedition actually, okay? So we're going to just jump into the expedition. And we're not going to do it. We're just going to show you how to attune the crystal. And as I said, you can do it 3 times, only 3 times. And basically, as I said, as long as some of your friends or somebody in the zone or looking for group has a quest, none of you, other 4 members of the party, doesn't have to actually use his 3 quests a day. So you just switch, you know, and only the party leader can attune the crystals. Now, why is this important? In order to get these etchings, okay, in order to get them from the end chest, from the expedition, you need to attune the crystal. Now, attuning the crystal is, this is they made it a little tricky. So you saw those resonances that we just got from the runic encounter. Here they are. Sacrifice, Rage, Empowered, chaos. Okay, all 4 colors. You need to have 10 of any resonances to attune the crystal. Now it's all up to you if you want to attune more than 3 crystals. In my experience, I was only attuning rage crystal, or if there was more of us, we were only using rage crystal for extra gear drop. And there, I'm going to tell you now, only the bosses are dropping the best gear from the expedition. You will not get gear from the chest or when you turn in the quest. So, in order to convert these resonances, you're gonna have to go to convert option, and you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, chaos, balance, empowered, rage, sacrifice. Now each one of them is giving some kind of reward. Chaos is giving 3000 rough ultra diamonds. Crystallize is giving you only 8 gold. Empowered is giving you 1 piece of non-class based equipment. This is also subject to a change, by the way. Sorry, I'm gonna digress and say this. I don't know if they're gonna change anything, but it's kind of buggy still. But this is in theory how this is going to work. We got rage. Now rage is giving you as a reward 1 piece of class-based equipment. Now keep in mind that it's not guaranteed drop unless they change it. Now you have a higher chance to get something, and I actually filled my collection with all the pieces from the expeditions, from the bosses, and I was using mostly rage crystals. Okay, and crystallized resonance sacrifice. This is going to give you 4.5k refinement points. So in order to use these resonances, he's going to eat 10 resonances accordingly which one you use. So let's say we're going to use rage. Okay, convert. So press 4. And you can see crystallized resonance rage. Finish conversion, or we can just attune maybe 2 crystals, okay? So let's use 1 more rage and one empowered. So you can see they're dropping here. So these 3 clicks just ate 30 of the resonances. And mind you, you're gonna have to run around a lot around these runic encounters because the drop rate is pretty low, you know. So it's all up to you if you even want to restore the gear. But in order to get this 10, to use it to actually use it in the master expedition is not going to be a problem. Okay, so we're going to finish the conversion and we're going to choose the runes. Okay, this is okay. I'm going to attune the resonance rage. As you can see, reward is 1 piece of class-based equipment. So increased chance of a more powerful piece of equipment for each additional rage crystal attuned. So in theory, what I was doing, I used to do this: attune rage crystal. Mind you, the increased strength of enemies, they're going to hit harder. The hidden magical traps throughout the expedition is going to trigger, and they're going to put a dot on you, or you're going to be slower. Encounters are going to be longer as they're not long, and they're already long. And let's just attune this crystal, and you can see it lit up. Now on the right side, you can see bonus class rune bonus is active, class equipment. So I'm going to attune another one. Choose the rune. If I put 1 more rage, I don't care about these crystals, this is preview. Now I have 2 class equipment. Now I cannot guarantee you, sometimes in many runs I did with my friends, we actually got 6 drops for 3 of us. So each one of us got 2 drops, epic drops from the boss. Okay, but it's not guaranteed. You can get nothing even if you attune 3 crystals. And say I'm going to attune, for example, empowered one. There we go. Now it's also giving non-class equipment. So in theory, if I finish this alone, and I can do it alone, but it's going to take too long for the video purpose, basically it's a higher chance. Now, one more time, I was attuning rage crystal and any other color to increase the drop rate. If you want to check my other video I covered all the gear from the expeditions. There's some pretty good gear. And actually it's worth it. The problem is there's a lot of gear, and the RNG is kind of brutal here, like it's in the entire game. So you're gonna have to do a lot of this to get the piece you actually want. I only needed the boots for example, or bracers, and so one more time, you're gonna have to use can do this 3 times a day. If you're doing, you can basically do this whole day. As long as you have people who have master expedition not used, and you can offer your crystals, so it doesn't matter, only the party leader can attune the crystal, okay? and you just pass the lead whoever has the crystal, or you have the crystal. And when you enter the expedition, if they don't change it, you can do it pretty much all day. I hope they're not going to make a mess out of it, or ban a lot of people, because it doesn't matter as long as you're going in as a party. So we're gonna exit the expedition, and I'm gonna explain why it's gonna be a little bit difficult to get a lot of these resonances. So I'm gonna abandon this one. Sorry. There we go. I'm gonna come back to the yawning portal. And even if I dropped it when I exited, it ate up my expedition, so I can only do 2 more today. So keep that in mind. They patched that. So basically, what I'm going to show you here now is the gear you're getting from the unrestored gear from the Master Expeditions, and I hope I will save you some time. Okay, let's take this armor for example. This is Apprentice Ruined Chainmail. It cannot be used at all. It cannot be used because it's unrestored. So here's the catch. To restore this piece of armor, as you can see, you need 1 Dark Rune Etched Orb, 100k AD, 30 Chaos Resonances, 600 Rage Resonances, which they're very hard to come by, and I'm 600 empowered, so that's what, 1.2k, 1230 in total, plus 25k AD. Now here's the catch. You can look at, I'm wearing Breastplate of the Successor. That's a Mad Mage gear. It's probably best in slot. It doesn't really matter. You can see the difference between this gear on the lower side, middle of the screen, how much you're actually using. 20 combined rating, some power, a bit of armor pen, and the rest is coming from my defensive enchantment, and stuff like that. So in order to explain this a little better, is it actually worth it? This is a Salad of the Spy Guild, and this is the gear. I hope I won't DC. This is the gear that you can buy at the start of the Seal of the Crown. Okay, Seal of the Crown. So let me say just a sec. Seal of the Deep. So okay, and this is Mountain. So Seal of the Mountain, you can buy. They actually removed that exchange. You used to have. There was an option to get this Spy Guild gear at the beginning, and this is kind of a lower tier from the store. Okay, so this is the basic gear, and it cannot be restored. This deep gear is basically Prestige set that I'm wearing. Okay. Actually, this is a successor one. Okay, doesn't matter. This is a Mad Mage gear that you're getting for the Seals of the Deep. Okay, so let me show you something really quick. This is a Salad of the Spy Guild, so I'm going to try to restore a helmet. It's Apprentice Ruined Helm. Okay, and we're going to compare this one to the basic one. So when you restore a piece of Apprentice Ruined gear, helm in this case, you're going to get an item 965 item level piece of gear, and it's only 15 item level difference between the Salad of the Spy Guild. So it's really up to you if you guys are going to be restoring this gear at all. Is it worth it? My personal opinion, if you go with the Spy Guild gear until you get better gear, you're going to be doing just fine. You're going to be doing just fine because this is a new game, and we already debated about it a lot. So it's really up to you if you think it's worth it to spend 125k AD per piece of gear, plus the Etched Orb, plus 1.2k resonances per piece of gear. So that's in total, I think 4.8, almost 5,000 resonances for 4 pieces of gear. Now I know why they did this. They basically gave this gear, unrestored gear, to drop from runic encounters, so people can get some kind of a better gear, to make those runic encounters valid. Because you need runic encounters for the resonances, so you can do Master Expedition, so you have a chance for a boss drop, and you gotta do it because of the rune etchings. Then basically everything is really interconnected. but my personal opinion, it's not worth it. However, it's really up to you. Also, there is another problem. This is successor gear. This gear is ready to be worn. You can wear it and you can restore it also. Here's the catch. This gear is using, okay, this gear is using also chaos or rage or any of 5 resonances available, and eventually it will give you 1.010 item level armor or any piece of gear. Now, I was thinking, why would I restore basically the gear that's dropping from Runic encounters when I can just wait and invest into this successor gear? No, yeah. So these are the drops from the Mad Mage, and you know, it's really up to you. These are some of the armors from the expeditions. This is Shimbly Knotted Bark. You can see the tooltip description. This is Gordon defense, giving power, minus 2.5k defense. Okay, item level, you know. But some pieces of this gear is actually much higher item level than some other items from those master expeditions, you know. So it's really up to you guys. Point being, why do you want to do runic encounters? Because you need those resonances I showed you. You need them to actually you need them to activate, to attune the crystals in the master expedition, to actually have a chance for a boss drop and higher chance, and also so you can open the end chest, which will give you maybe some companion gear. I can't really confirm that yet, but in essence they're all connected. So just get to the map, whatever map you find fit. You can basically, you know, just rotate from map to map and find where there's more people. Just make sure you guys hit something, you know. I went to the catacombs, sorry about that. You know, you're gonna have to find a map, and some of the critters are really regenerating really fast, but it's gonna be a lot of people doing this, you know. Make sure you put some kind of damage on the enemies, and you will be getting drops. However, I find there were worse grinds than this, but this one is really is justifying itself, because you do need those resonances. But if you don't want to restore the gear, okay, you're still going to need those rage resonances, for example, so you can get the better crystal, so you can get the better drop from the master expedition, you know. So for the master expedition, you do need these resonances from these encounters you can see on the map here, and 3 of them are respawn. They up the timers, so it's going really fast. It's going much faster now, you know. It may sound a little complicated, but when you get to the tomorrow, when the server is patched, you can try it out for yourself. Mind you, in order to get unrestored gear from the runic encounters, you gotta have an enhanced resonator. That's the second part of the quest from the Rune Master Sinye, and you're going to see, you saw how they're dropping on the ground, and they're going to fill up your inventory pretty quick. Also, when you get everything you need, just, you know, stop picking them up, you know, so you don't fill up your inventory. Find a map, and, you know, it's a kind of brain dead situation. People are just going to be running around from this here, one location here, one location, I don't know, here, and just go around until you get tired. And mind you, master expeditions are a pretty good way to get some of the probably best gear from the expeditions, you know. But remember that the gear that the bosses are dropping is the best gear you need, you know. That's the best gear. So that's about it, you know. That's like a mini guide. I don't want to stretch this out too long. You know, I could have just, you know, started with a fresh tune, and just, it would take an hour to explain to you guys. Point being, when you see a runic encounter, keep whacking it until you get a bunch of resonances. Gather your friends, do master expeditions, attune the crystals, and you will get some pretty good gear. You have at least chance for that. You are limited to 3 expeditions a day. However, if you find friends that you play with, and you know, people who are you playing with, usually your friends. You can just, if it's 5 of you, it means 15 expeditions. You can do 15 in total, as long as you have enough resonances to attune the crystal. Okay, so that was it, guys. I'm not going to make a video about any kind of tips. If you want to check my playlist, check it out. I already talked about all this. Companions are the most important. A lot of stats are coming from the gear. Enchantments, don't bother. You don't exchange for bound enchantments, just to be scaled down, and at least until they fix it. Make sure that you have enough insignias to get to the legendary, because they're giving a lot of stats, and eventually you will be, I can actually, I was doing something, I can spike myself to almost 200k power, when everything procs with the power mount full. I'm still using Fierce Predator here, and 200k power is a lot. So enjoy the game, happy launch tomorrow, and whoever is playing still, I'm not, but I'll just keep updating these videos for you guys. And about the Elder Scrolls, I'm preparing something cool. I'll show you soon. I'm progressing totally good. So yeah, there you go, guys. Any questions, leave it down below. I will gladly answer. In the description of the video, there is a link to the video with the expedition gear, how to obtain it, and that was it. That was it, guys. I'm gonna leave my impressions after tomorrow's launch to see how many bugs they actually allowed to go to the live server. And that's it, guys. Thank you for the massive support. That's pretty awesome, So this is Northside logging off, signing off, and you guys have a nice week ahead, alright? Happy Easter. Bye-bye.